On this page, we are translating words to math again. This time we are going to translate into inequalities or equations. The difference between an addition and an inequality is the word is. If I say 3 more than a number, that would be n plus 3. If I say 3 is more than a number or is greater than a number, it would be 3 greater than symbol and then your number n. So this the word is your key to know that you're discussing an inequality rather than addition or subtraction. In the example, x is less than or equal to, your L for less than, negative 91. Number 1, 57 is greater than x, simply greater than. So 57 is greater than x, just like that. Look down at number 4. Negative 99 is less than x. Now, if this were negative 99 less than x, it would be x minus negative 99. But because it's is less than, that tells you that you're going to need an inequality. So, negative 99 is less than x. Now let's come down. We're going to do 2 more. I'm doing examples of each type. Number 10, x is greater than or equal to negative 93. X is greater than or equal to negative 93. And finally, x is equal to negative 58. That's as easy as they get. X is equal to negative 58. I didn't want you to come to that and be confused because I believe there are maybe 2 equals in the whole thing. And I didn't want you to be confused because it's so much easier than the others and think it needed to be harder than it actually is. No, they're truly that easy. Anyhow, so this is how you'll do the rest of this page. It should be pretty quick. You are going to solve the riddle, why don't they allow scissors in the school cafeteria? In order to do this, you will match an expression from this side to an expression on this side. And you'll do that in each section all the way down. There are 4 sections on the paper. I'll get you started. I'll do the first 3 in the first section, and then I'll do the first 2 in the last section. First of all, you just need to understand what the expectation is. You're writing an algebraic expression for each one. You are going to find matching answers to this side and this side. Now, this is important. It says, let n equal the number of points that Abe scored. Write an expression for the number of points scored by Bart. Bart scored 5 more points than Abe. So if Abe scored n points, then Bart scored n plus 5. Carl earned 5 points less than Abe. So that would be n minus 5. Don earned 1/5 as many as Abe. So you could write that in one of 2 ways. You can write it, I'm going to show you both examples. You could write it like this, 1/5 of n, or you can write it n divided by 5. Either way is 1/5 of n. So I have these, and now I'm going to find the ones that match here. Let's see. The product of 3. Well, I don't have any 3s. The sum of a number and 5. I'm going to try this one. The sum of a number plus 5. Do I have? Aha, look. So I have a match with E and 5. So I'm going to put that 5 is E. And then put a check. Okay. The difference between a number and 5. Okay, so the difference between a number and 5 would be n minus 5. Let's see if I have a match over here. Yes, I. So I is 19. 5 less than 3, so there's no 3. The quotient of a number and 5. Ah, the quotient of a number of 5. That is obviously this. Quotient of a number and 5. So I'm glad I wrote that both ways, because the way this is written would look like this. You could still write it 1/5 of n, and you would still get the same answer. But the way it's worded, you're more likely to write it like this. So U is 10. There we go. I decided I'm going to go ahead and do 2 in this third section as well. Let W represent equal the width of a rectangle. The length is 4 centimeters more than the width. Write an expression. 9 times the width would be, well, 9 times W. That's easy. Actually, I'm going to do this one too. Half the width. So I could write that either 1/2 times W or W divided by 2. The length. Wait a minute. The length is 4 centimeters more than the width. Okay, so the length would be width plus 4. There we go. Let me come over here. 4 more than a number. Okay, 4. All right. So W plus 4. That's 13. 9 times the sum of a number. Nope. 9 times the number reduced. Nope. The product of a number and 9. Haha. The product of a number and 9. W is my unknown number. So I'm multiplying 9 times a number. So 1 is T. And then finally, the quotient of a number and 2. So once again, it's written in a way that I would want to write it that way. So I wrote it both ways just in case. So that would be 20. Now let's move down to the bottom section. We'll do these two together. I actually like this page. I like the way it's presented. All right. If X is the height of a block, how high is a stack of 20 blocks? Well, it would be 20 X's. It would be 20 X. All right. R. If X is Mr. Zen's age now, how old will he be in 8 years? So in 8 years, he'll be older. 8 years older. So if he's X now, then in 8 years, he'll be X plus 8. So let's find our matches over here. I know I need a 20 and an 8. Well, here's an 8. If you work for X hours and earn $8 per hour, how much will you earn in all? That is not plus 8. Okay, we've got a 20 here. If you take X cards from a pile of 20, how many cards are left in the pile? Oh, so that's just subtraction. I don't have subtraction with 20. Okay, 8, okay. If Kim has X comic books and you have 8 more than Kim, how many do you have? Ha. So you have X plus 8. Which would go with R. And let's see, we still need 20x, so let's look for 20s. So here's 20. If x is Mr. Zahn's age now, how old was she, oh, Ms. Zahn's age now, how old was she 20 years ago? Well, you would subtract, so it's not, definitely not multiplication. That's 8, I'm looking for 20. All right, if x is the weight of a brick, what is the weight of 20 bricks? Similar type of problem. So it's 20 times x, because that would be the weight. So G is 15. And now let's fill in the numbers that we have. If we look back up at the top, I see that 5 is E. Let me come down here. 5 is E. And then at the top, I see that 19 is I. 19 is I. And then it says that 10 is U. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Now, 1 is T. 20 is N. I did a little too much for you, didn't I? 13 is I. 15 is G. 4 is R. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so go ahead and finish. Go back to the first page, finish that, and then finish this together. And you got it.